So I have about $50,000 that I have coming to me that I need to figure out what I want to do with, like where to invest it. So I have a couple different options, and I want you guys' advice on which one of these options I should take. First, I can take the money and pay off my car. I have about 9,000 and some change left on my car. I can take that money and then pay the car off, and that'll open up about $650 per month that I spend per month on the car note. So that'll open up about $650 per month as far as cash flow, money that won't be going out. But it would cost me about a little shy of $10,000. Let's say that. Let's just say $10,000. It'll cost me $10,000, which would still leave $40,000. That $40,000 I could then put into an index fund and let that money grow, or I could, because I technically don't need to spend the money to, I don't necessarily need to pay my car off with that money. I got about 14 months left on that car note. The interest rate is about 6 point something percent. I'm not even sure, but I have about 14 months left on that car note, and I can handle it absolutely fine with my income from my career. So, and I'll probably pay it off sooner anyway, just from my, the money I have coming in anyway from my job. This $50,000 is actually coming from a house that I remodeled, that I'm selling, that I wasn't actually planning on selling, but it's about a $50,000 profit. Once I pay off the other mortgage, I have about a $50,000 profit that's coming my way. And so that's basically where this $50,000 is coming from. But I had already planned out what I was going to do with the house before I found out that I was going to be receiving this money. And so I really didn't have any plans of receiving $50,000. So that's why it's like, okay, well, what should I do, right? So of course, yes, I can pay the car off, but then at the same time, it's kind of the same. It's the same money, right? Like it's not much of a. So if I pay the car off, yes, I will save in interest, but not a lot. A couple $100. I can't remember exactly how much. Maybe $200 in interest, maybe a little more, maybe $500 in interest over 14 months. It is some profit, but I'd also be out of $10,000 that I could choose to invest, whether or not it be in business or whether or not it be just in some index fund or some other type of way. But first option, pay the car off, spend $10,000, pay the car off, the other $40,000 put into an index fund. That's one option. Second option is spend none of it. Continue paying my bills the way I'm currently paying them, and paying extra where I can with just the money that I have coming in from my job. So I could do that and just put the money in an index fund and let the money grow. Just put it away. Don't really look at it. Maybe manage it, of course, if I see that something needs to be moved around. But put the money in an index fund, S&P 500 or something like that, and just let the money grow over the next 10, 15, 20 years. And only touch it if I absolutely need to, which I don't plan on having to use it. But that's one option. Well, that's my two options, really. That's my main two options: either pay the car off with it and then put the other $40,000 up and let it sit, or pay the car off just letting it ride, pay it normally like I've been paying it, and then put the entire $50,000 up instead of just putting up $40,000 and just letting it grow. So those are my main two options that I'm leaning towards. Third option is invest back into myself with the money, right? for instance, I plan on, because I'm an accountant and I'm looking to go, even right now I'm currently working in leadership, but I want to be in leadership for accounting or for audit. I want to work in an audit situation, and I want to be in leadership over, I want to eventually be able to be in leadership in audit or in accounting. And so, because right now I'm in leadership, but it's not accounting, it's just general management leadership position in the government. So I'm thinking about going back into audit, and if I invest in a CFE, like investing into myself as far as getting certifications, education and training. I could also pick up the domestic mediation course. I don't remember how much it is. It might be $12, $13, $14, $15, $1,600. I don't know. But invest in that, invest in me getting a CFE, maybe even a CGFM, just to get some of those certifications so that when I do prepare myself to go back into audit or to go into leadership, I'm competitive, for leadership purposes. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, because I think that pays off over time. What else? I could also pay to get a professional management level resume created. It could be $500. It could be a couple, maybe $1,500, depending on what kind of thing I'm going after, what kind of positions that I'm targeting for. So I could do those things, and those things could help me further in my career, allow me to get to certain levels faster, right? So like, I think even now, the next raise for me, like if I get promotion now, the next promotion for me is about $15,000, right? So if I get the next promotion based off of the things that I do now, then that promotion will be about an additional $15,000 per year. So if I have to invest $4,000, $5,000 into my career, then it goes kind of far. Now, is it things that I could just do with my current income? Yeah, I just have to, because I've only recently started thinking about this. I'd have to, prepare, because I have a lot of other things that I need to take care of before I start even doing some other stuff. So, but this money would allow me to go ahead and do that. So, and then with whatever's left after investing into myself, then I can put the money up into an index fund and let the money grow over time. So these are my options. What do you think? One, should I pay the car off, and then I'm cash flowing the $650 a month from me not having a car note for the next 14 months? Should I, and then take the remaining money and put that money into an index fund and just let the money grow over time? Or, and mind you, once the other house is paid off, that also frees up the mortgage on that house is like $510 a month. So that also is another $510 a month that comes into me, which I can then, I guess you could say, turn around and put that $500 back towards the car and just pay the car off faster with just the cash flow from not having to pay that additional mortgage that I currently pay every month. Or do, like, basically don't pay anything off, don't do anything with the money, just put the money in an index fund and let it grow. That's option 2. And then option 3, which is kind of growing on me now that I've been doing this video, is to invest in myself and get some professional certifications, maybe 1 or 2 certifications, at least one, just CFE at least. Get that certification, and I probably still would want to join like the Association for Government Accountants, the AGA. I was a member of that before, but yeah, so maybe spend maybe $2,000 just prepare, give myself let's say 5,000, because if I decide to go do the domestic mediation course, then I got to pay for that. And so pay for a couple of these things, and as soon as I get my next raise, if any of these things work out, or even in the future, to go from, you know what, I want to look this up, because now that I'm thinking about it, let's see. What I'm looking at is, I'm trying to see, okay, like, let's say I'm promotable now to the next level. So even if these things that I'm talking about doing, maybe they aren't even for the next level, but maybe they're for the next level. And so if I have my CFE, okay, let me just see something real quick. I want to see what the difference is between the next level that I may go to, which is still a $15,000 raise, but these things that I may be doing, yes, they would assist me in getting to the next level, but the level after that is what I'm more so interested in, seeing those things. So so the next level for me from where I'm at right now is about $15,000. The following level, the level that I'm saying, if I get my CFE and I get myself prepared for management and, you know, on the audit side, that next level is a $20,000 difference. And then the level after that, it looks like, yeah, wow. The level after that is about $22,000 difference, which once I obtain these certifications and things like that, you know, there's, you know, of course, time and experience are the only things that really would stand in the way, but I'd be very competitive, because that's, you know, I'd have a professional certification to get to what I'm trying to get to. And that's before going SES, of course. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about, investing in myself. And then, but that's like really a longer play, you know, because technically I wouldn't necessarily need to do that, because it's like, at least now, right? Because I really don't necessarily need to do that until after my next promotion. So my next promotion will give me an additional $15,000 for the year, which after taxes maybe is 12, 10. Let's just say it's 10. That 10,000 would give me the money that I could still do these things anyway without using that money, and that money can still be growing. I don't know. That's kind of why it was third, because it was like, well, I could still do those things on my own anyway, just a little bit later, because that's not necessarily right now. But yeah, so those are the three. One, pay the car off and forego any kind of interest that it would cost me on the car over the next 14 months. I think it's 13 months now, actually. But do that up front. Two would be do nothing with the money. So first pay the car off, and then take the other 40,000 that's left and put it in the next fund and just let it sit. Number two would be to do nothing. Don't pay the car off, don't invest in myself, don't do any of that, and just put all the money into an index fund and just let it grow over time and just figure out life where I'm at. And then number three would be to invest in myself, and then whatever's remaining, then put that money into an index fund. Continue paying the car like normal and stuff like that, but then put that money in the index fund. So those are my three options. I want to hear what you think I should do. And if you have any additional ideas, let me know. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We out. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.